The area of a trapezoid is another thing. So let's think about if we had a trapezoid. Rather than just jumping straight into what the formula is, I'm going to describe how we can relate it back to the area of a parallelogram. So with the trapezoid, we have two parallel sides. I'm making them the top and the bottom of this trapezoid. If I was to copy this thing and flip it over and put it over here, you can see this is the copy. This side up here, let's say that has side length A. Actually, let's call this, so that it matches the formula, I'm going to call these the two bases. I'm going to call this side length B1 and this side length B2. So when I flipped it over, this side length is now B2, because this side, kind of moved over here, and this one flipped over and came up here. This side is length B1. But in doing this, if I kind of put this side together, it's the same side on both of them. Of course, it matches itself. Then you'll notice what I end up getting here is that we would form a nice straight line here, and they would both end up being parallel. But not only that, this side would end up being parallel to that side. So what we'd end up getting here by doubling our trapezoid and kind of putting it over here, we end up with a parallelogram. And so the area of the total parallelogram, the area total, would end up being, well, the length of this base times, I'm going to call this my height here, times my height. The area total is equal to B1 plus B2 times height. But this is the total. This is two of my parallelograms. So that means in order to get the area of two of my trapezoids, to get the area of the trapezoid, we would have to take, well, half of this, B1 plus B2 times h over 2. And this formula is written just slightly differently. Instead of saying dividing by 2, it has multiplying by 1/2 out in front. So you can look at this in a couple of different ways. You could look at it as the average of the bases, so B1 plus B2 over 2 times the height. That's oftentimes a convenient way of looking at the area of a trapezoid, or just plug stuff in and don't worry about it. And the perimeter of the trapezoid, there's no formula there, just add the sides together. Alright, so there's 6 examples here. I'll go ahead and do the first 3. I'm not going to do these ones down here. So the area of this first trapezoid, the area here is going to be 1/2 times, this is I'll call this B1 and this one B2, so 26 plus 8. My height is 12 inches. So I get 26 plus 8 is 34. 1/2 times 34 times 12. So that times 0.5 times 12, which gives me 204. Those were all measured in inches, so this will be 204 square inches. I know it's square inches because I'm talking about an area here. I could actually kind of investigate this. This is inches plus inches, so the contents of the parentheses are in inches. This 12 would also be in inches. We're taking inches times inches. That's where the square inches come from. On this one, it looks like this... Oh, and I guess I didn't finish this first one. We still need to find the perimeter. It doesn't specify it here, but we're trying to find both the area and the perimeter. For the perimeter, I don't care about what the height of this particular trapezoid is. I only care about the 4 side lengths, so I would just add those together. I'll start here and work my way around. This would be 15 plus 26 plus 15 plus 8, which gives me 15 plus 26 plus 15 plus 8, which gives me 64. This being a perimeter, it's going to be a distance, so that'll be 64 inches. For part B, you can see we're just given the 4 side lengths. However, we are told that this 11 inches, this side, is at a perpendicular to both the 7 inches and the 7 feet and the 14 feet. These are all feet, not inches. So that means that this 11 feet does double duty both as a height and one of the sides. So when I go to figure out what the area of this trapezoid is, it'll end up being 1/2 times 7 plus 14. These are my bases. This is B1, this is B2. And it doesn't matter which, top or bottom. There is no top or bottom with the trapezoid. Don't worry about which one is shorter and which one is longer. I'm just calling B1 and B2 because that's, I don't know, that's the way I wrote it down. Times 11, that's my height. So I'll go 0.5 times 21 times 11. This comes out as 115.5. Those were all in feet, so this will be 115.5 square feet. For my perimeter, I'll add the four side lengths together, 11 plus 14 plus 13 plus 7, which gives me 45. The perimeter there is 45 feet. We see a similar sort of situation happening on this one. This 20 centimeters. This side is measured at a perpendicular to these two. So let's call this B1 and this B2. Those are my bases, which makes this my height. So when I go to do my area, 1/2 4 plus 19 times 20. It's going to be 10 times 23, which is 230. They're all in inches, so that'll be 230 square centimeters, or they're all in centimeters, so that's 230 square centimeters, and my perimeter is the sum of all of them, 4 plus 20 plus 19 plus 25, which gives me 68 centimeters.